everyone? All okay? Everyone fitting well? So we're going to stand nice and tall, set ourselves up, feet under those hips, arms down the sides, tummy drawn in, and waking our senses up with that balance movement. So forwards, catching the weight on your toes, back till just before you think you're going to fall. That's it, gets those senses woken up, gets a feel for body position. That's it, a couple more. And if you do think you're going to fall, just take that little step, stop yourself. That's it, one more time. And then find that spot where we're nicely balanced. We're going to loosen up that pelvis and lower back, helping to find that neutral spine. So you're tilting that pelvis under, squeeze of the tummy, and arching the bottom of the back. That's it, good. Bringing that under and then back. Good, a few more times. Helping to set our position up, get ourselves ready to go. That's it, one more. And we should have a nice neutral spine, nicely balanced to get those feet moving. Pushing the ball of your foot down into your mat. That's it, and then arms join in. So remember, just walking arms, so opposite arm, opposite leg from the shoulder. That's it. So we're getting those feet going. Don't worry if they're creaking and cracking a little bit. That's normal. So those arms gradually get a bigger range of movement. Start to press one back as the other lifts. Bringing them up to shoulder height. It's good. I think we've just had somebody else join. So morning. Just getting going. So lifting those arms a little higher now. So bringing them up. Gradually increase until we're pushing both arms back. And a good stretch. Nicely up. Good. A couple more. And we're gonna bring that down. Okay, raising the arms up. Keep your head and your hips forwards. We're gonna rotate those shoulders. So it's just that upper body turning. Still looking forwards for now. And then we're going to increase that movement by letting our head follow our hands. So looking round, follow those hands. That's it, release your heel. So looking all the way around behind. That's it, good, a few more times. Nice, smooth, gentle movement. One more each way. And bring that back to the front. Okay, so let your balance come back, checking those feet still nicely under hips. Take your hands high, you'll take it to one side, then the other. So a few more times and we'll extend it round. So when we go round into that windmill, if you do find it pulls on your back or you're concerned about your lower back, bend the knees. But otherwise, let's take it round, bringing it up, change direction. That's it. Good, gradually, nice and gently. Hopefully you should find yourself loosening up. You can reach a little lower each time. That's brilliant, well done, keeping that going. A few more times. That's it, one more each way. And then the other way. And bring that down. Good, so standing nice and tall. Those feet back under the hips. We're going to swing that leg through, forwards and back. The aim is to keep that body standing as tall and still as we can. Good, keep that going there. Nice and tall and still. Remember, it's not about the leg that's moving, it's about everything else that's stopping you falling over. Good, a couple more. And bring that down, reset yourself over onto the other leg. So stand tall, sweeping that leg through. Good, nice and tall. You may find you need to lean a little just to raise the foot off the ground, but try not to over-exaggerate. And if you do need help with your balance, feel free to use a chair or a bit of furniture. Couple more, and bring that down. Okay, setting ourselves again onto the other leg. This time I'm going to draw that circle around your standing leg. So that toe's just skimming over the ground, drawing that circle around. A few more. Good, one more. And bring that back to center, reset, and onto the other leg. So taking it round, nice steady movement as we circle that foot around your standing leg. Keeping that going. That's good. A few more. Keeping nice and tall. Keep that core engaged, that tummy drawn in. Good. One more. And back to center. Excellent. So feet set nicely back under those hips. You're going to drop down into your squat, so knees tracking forwards, bum sticks out behind. Lowering that down. That's it. Yeah, so arms just going wherever's natural for you. Lower down 90 degrees if you can, a little bit less if you do struggle with hips or knees. That's it, lowering it down, keeping that head up, head and chest raised, looking forwards. Yeah, a few more, then we're just going to change it up. So one more. Bring that up. Okay, so standing tall, we're going to take hands up above the head. We're going to squat down, but we're going to sweep those arms Come back high. That's it. A few more, I'm going to change this one up again. So we're going to add the calf raise at the top. So as we come up onto those toes. Really good, keeping that going. Reaching high, reaching for that ceiling. Really good, a few more. Good, one more. And bringing that down. Okay, so standing towards the end of your mat, if you're not already, we're going to roll it down so those hands start high. We bring it down, curling down towards those feet, and rolling up, stacking those vertebrae, bring it up. So nicely curling and then uncurling the back. Really good, keep that going. Again, hopefully you can gradually get a little bit lower. And if you do need to protect the spine, the hamstrings, you can just bend those knees as you go down. You struggle with that lower back, just soften it as we go down. Push out a really good stretch, keep those legs straighter. Good, next time we're going to stop at the bottom. As we hang, we're going to press one shoulder down, then the other. We've got heavy arms, heavy head, pushing that shoulder to the ground. Good, one more each side. And unroll up. Get that blood back out of your head, back down into the body. Gonna roll it down. This time, hands on the mat and walk it forwards. Into that straight arm plank position. Holding out nice and long and straight. Good. And down onto those knees, sitting back on your heels. Stretch out in that child's pose. And relax it there. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to start face down on the mat. So I want you to lay down with those arms up at the 90-degree bent elbow position. Lay face down, legs extended behind. I'm just going to start with your torso raise. So arms stay on the floor, chest and shoulders just lift us up. Down we go. And that nice steady little lift, using the muscles in the back to lift and down. That's it, good, keeping that going. Lifting up. Remember, we're not pushing with the arms, we're using the back to lift us up. Arms are just there to support and balance. Good, couple more. And we're going to extend the movement now. So as we lift, we're going to take that further and extend up. Slowly back down. So let's raise, extend, control down. That's it, well done. Good, keeping that going a few more times. That's it, good, 2 more. One more time, bringing that up, nice extension, and lowering it down. Good, well done. So we're going to stay laid face down on the floor. We're going to keep those arms in that 90-degree position, legs extended. We're going to do the alternate arm and leg lift. So we're going to raise one arm off the floor, just from the shoulder. So it's going to raise only a few inches, and the opposite leg, stay straight, it's going to raise up off the ground. Down we go. So start with right arm, left leg, and down. Slowly lift, and down. Nice controlled movement. At least a second or so to do the lift, pause, and slowly down. Really good. So keeping it going. Good, keep that moving nice and steady. Slow lift, pause, slowly down. Good. Once more on each side.